I would like to take a moment to talk about the concept of universal love, and universal love and unconditional love, because those two things almost really go hand in hand with each other. And when you think of the word love, I'm sure a lot of things come to mind because love can be interpreted in so many different ways. And the concept of universal love is so confusing to people because we find it very difficult to look at the world and the universe in its entirety and say, I love everything about it. Because there's so many ugly, painful things going on in the world, and it's really easy to step back and say, I hate that, and I hate that, and I hate that. Well, it's also a challenge to look at things from a different perspective and understanding that even those things that are painful, those things that we perceive as ugly or as opposed to beautiful, that dichotomy exists in our minds. Whether or not we think it's beautiful or ugly doesn't really have to do with love. Love is much deeper than this superficial emotion we might have toward an object or event or a person or a place or whatever it is. Love is the center of everything that we are. And I mean that in the deepest sense. And I know that it's probably very confusing to a lot of people to even think about that. But love has no boundaries. It has no limits. And that brings me back to unconditional love. Like, what is unconditional love? It means loving without measure, loving without these ideas of what love is. It's about looking at all these things we disagree with and setting them aside to say, there are no conditions to my love. Everything is love. I am love, and as much as I don't agree with things, loving them puts me at ease. It brings peace for me. And you can also equate that with, if you love something so much, that's your passion. It's your passion to fight for the things you dislike. It's your passion to save animals. It's your passion to help people. You have to love the hate in order to make a difference. You have to love something so much that even those things you dislike, you are putting your energy toward to change, if that makes any sense. What universal love means is that no matter how much you might disagree with someone or something, and no matter how much you hate something about the world, you feel gratitude in knowing that it's a part of your existence regardless. That, for example, all these terrible things that have happened in the millions of years that it took to bring you onto this earth, the array of events, both painful and pleasurable, every single bit of pain anything or anyone ever went through got you here. And it's a really strange concept to contend with, but you yourself would not exist if not for all these ugly, hate-filled, painful experiences others had to feel, because all events are intertwined. Everything is connected, and your existence is as connected to mine as anything else. And all these terrible things had to happen in order for you to be born, in order for you, your particular DNA, to form and be what it is today. And that is a profound realization in understanding love, because when you start to understand that all these things that are beyond your control anyway are like a real hidden part of you, it's difficult to say, I hate it, because I exist because of it. It's the only reason I exist. And, I might hate that so many animals have died in the process of every person that lived before me and made me exist, but it was still a part of me. So do I hate it or do I love it? I feel like it's easier to love. I mean, on the inside, I can really disagree with something, but in the core of things, I understand that I still would not be here without it. It's crazy. Perhaps some of you have had profound feelings of feeling one with the universe and connected, and perhaps some of you have never even heard of that. I, for one, have had those feelings, and I've never been able to turn back from them. And seeing myself as connected with everything, and seeing myself as the product of everything that's ever happened in the world, it makes me feel so appreciative of the pains and the pleasures and everything in between. And really, it does come down to gratitude for existing, and gratitude for being able to experience and feel and have all these senses and meet all these amazing people and exist on a planet that has such an abundance of a variety of life. And really, it's about being thankful that we can have this existence at all. Because as ugly as certain parts are to us, there's such beauty in the fact we can even perceive them. And there are things I wish I didn't see. There's things I really wish I could change about the world, but the fact of the matter is I can't. There's a lot of things I can't change. The only thing I can change is myself. So I decided to change myself in the way I view the world around me, in the way I perceive my own reality, in the way I choose to love everyone and everything beyond whether or not I think it is beautiful or ugly, because things are perfect not because they're beautiful, but because they exist with purpose, and everything is purpose. As minuscule as it may seem, as much as we are ants in this dream, everything is purposeful because it's all connected. And love is realizing that that connection is always there, and it always will be. And so universal love is understanding that the universe is one. You are one with it. And hate will only drive you deeper into a dark pit of depression. It really will. And love is the only thing that can lift you up into the heavens of reality.